Hi, coloring friends. Welcome to my colorful world. I have here the books that I worked on in December. You'll find that I have a lot of whips from December. It was a challenging month. There were things that came along with the holiday stress that made things a little more difficult to get through. So the coloring was not quite what I wanted it to be in December. I'm hoping that with the fresh start and the new year that there will be good things to come. But in the meantime, I'm going to share what I did get accomplished in December. So let me move this aside here. And I will start with the first one, which I think is probably my favorite of the month. And this is the page that I completed, and I actually only have half the shelf colored because I stuck to the books that I read for the year of 2022. So it's called A Novel Companion, and it is put out by, designed and created by Little Inklings Design. And I found her on Instagram. She's on Instagram under Little Inklings Design, and she does reading planners. So this is the one I bought for 2022. I have a big one that I got for 2023, which I just dove into and I'm super excited about. But this bookshelf contains all the books that I read for 2022. I'm going to try to come in a little closer. So you can see I didn't get through the entire bookshelf of books. I had a goal of, let's see, what was it? I think my goal was 48 books that I wanted to read this year. I think that was the number that was on the bookshelf, if I'm not mistaken. I only read 32, which I think is really good. But I had hoped to fill the whole bookshelf, but I just colored those solid. The ones that are on the shelf, I tried to make the spine look like the book that I read. So this is The Night Circus here, and it has the black and white stripes and a little bit of red accent. Um, some of them I tried to go a little more detailed than others. Toward the end, I was just kind of pulling the spine color and using that. Um, I do wish that I had been more conscious of a lot of them. I filled in the book title and then later on colored the what the spine looked like. I do wish that I had stuck with the letter colors that were on the spine. So like this one, the letter colors were, I believe, yellow, and it was yellow lettering on a light blue spine, and that was the look of the book. So mine doesn't really look like it because I wrote in on with just ink, black ink, the title of the book. So I kind of wish I had done that a little differently. And honestly, I'm debating. I have, like I said, the larger planner for this year, and it has another bookshelf to color in. And I may do the spines of the book more like this with a solid marker and then just write with black ink. So it's a very cohesive look. I think this is cool. I'm not sure if my artistic ability is up to making it look really good, like I've seen other people's, and they're amazing. Um, and I feel like mine looks kind of hodgepodgey like this. So I'm going to try this year to make it look more like this here. But anyway, this is the page that I completed with all the books that I read for 2022. So overall, it was a really good reading year too. And I love that I have that little look at what I read for the year. All right, I'm going to come back out again. So next I have the Christmas Advent Calendar coloring book. It is by May Yu, and I was late to the party with getting in and coloring, one of them a day. They are listed with each page has a day that you color, during the Advent season. and I was too late to get going on coloring a page a day. But what I thought I would do was color the start page, and that way it's all set up for next year. So I did this page here, and the idea is you're supposed to find the page in the book each day, color it, and then once you finished, you color in your present on the summary page, I guess. And then by the end of December, you have a finished coloring book. So I went ahead and colored pretty much with alcohol marker. I did do a little bit of gel pen on the ornaments on the trees. I tried to do a little bit of shading with the or the marker. The background is looking a little splodgy because I was really running out of that marker, and I even reloaded it with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and that was how I managed to stretch it to finish this page because it was really running out on me. Um, but this was fun, and it's nice that I have this ready to go for next year when I'm ready to dive in and do the book for December. So that is what I finished in the Christmas Advent Calendar Coloring Book by My You. Then I have this tiny little guy. This is a book that one of my kids got when we visited Santa one year, and they didn't want to color in it at all, so I stuck it away. And it is the Little Night Before Christmas Coloring Book by Nina Barbaresi. And I want to eventually have the whole thing colored in because I'd like to have it on my shelf as something I can sit down and read with my grandkids someday, hopefully. But I did this page here this month, and it was just quick, easy. I did colored pencil. I did a little bit of, oh, that's right. I did just put glue around the edges of that dream cloud there, and then I sprinkled it with glitter and shook it off. And I think the rest is just colored pencil then. But yeah, it was just a fun, quick little one to do. One night I watched the Muppets Family Christmas Special on YouTube. I found it on YouTube while I colored this, so that was fun. Um, and I have one page done in this story now. So that is the Little Night Before Christmas coloring book by Nina Barbaresi. And then I found this book when I was going through all my Christmas books for my Christmas collection video that I did in December. And I realized that there were quite a few that I had started in this and didn't finish. And I was really close to finishing some of them, so it was kind of ridiculous. This is the Peace Joy Color. It's coloring cards. And I don't know, I don't think there is a specific artist. It mentions Stephanie Hannis, but she is credited with the cover design. Um, and then it was put out by Adams Media. So this was one of the ones that I did not have finished, and they're just little like postcards almost that you can tear out of the book. Um, and I literally just had like the rest of New Year and the We Wish You A to do. And then this little snowflakes were not colored yet either. So I did those with a little bit of glitter and glue, and I used just a gold gel pen and finished up the lettering. Luckily it matched for the most part what I had already done. Um, so yeah, I finished that one off just to have it done. And I think this is old. Um, I've had this a long time, so a lot of the pages that I started are just straight coloring because that's all I knew back then. Um, I did do a little bit. I started doing gold sparkle on the berries on this page too, and I think that's it. So at least I got one page finished out of this book. I'd love to have them all done. It'd be fun to finish them off or work on all of them throughout the year and have them to send out at Christmas time next year, but we'll see. We'll see about that. But that was in the Peace Joy Color Coloring Cards book. And like I said, that's an old one. Um, the next book I worked in is the Magical Season Fall and Christmas Coloring Book by Lenka Filanenko. Um, and I worked on, where is it? I didn't mark them either this month. I worked on this page here. I love the grayscale in this. I think it's called semi grayscale. I love it. I love how it just makes the image almost come to life a little bit. I did most of this with alcohol markers. I did color the greenery um, with pencil because I wanted to be able to kind of flick different colors in through that. I added a little bit of white gel pen as highlight in some areas to give the glow effect as much as I could. And I may have done this flower with shaded with pencil too. I believe I did. Um, and the rest of the shading is just from the grayscale in the picture, which is so cool. I mean, I think this gray cat is so neat, and that's just the grayscale underneath of the alcohol marker. So this one was a lot of fun to do, for sure. And I'm excited to do more in this book. I'm hoping I can find a page or two that's not super Christmassy that I can still color in January. This one might work. I mean, it's not super Christmassy. It could just be winter. But yeah, love to do a little more in this one because I really, really like, this is the perfect level of grayscale for me, I have to say. And that is the Magical Season coloring book by Lenka Filanenko. And then I did get to work a little bit in this Christmas Mandalas coloring book by Jade Summer. And let's see, what did I do? I did this one here. I did it all with metallic gel pens on the ornaments, and then the background I did just use a green alcohol marker to color in. And that was that book for this year. I'm trying to think. I think this is one I did the year prior. Yeah, that was last year, so. But, yep. So I got that one done in this book. Another finished page, which was an accomplishment for me this month, I have to say, or in December. That was from the Christmas Mandalas coloring book by Jade Summer. And then I am having, this is one that I'm going back a little bit. So I started going through my books. If you've watched my goals video for the year, I would like to get my WIPs in order. And this was, so I was collecting all the ones I could find that I had WIPs in that I can get my new process going with. And this is one of them. So this is Johanna Basford's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. And I had started working on this page, and I think it was at the end of November, actually. And once again, I have my pencils stuffed in the side, which is starting to drive me insane. So I'm going to take care of that. But I realized as I was flipping through that I did finish a page in here that I forgot to show in my November video. Let's see if I can even find it now. I don't believe I showed this one in my November pages. And yeah, so I completed this one with I used the Tombow Irogeton pencils that I had gotten around Thanksgiving for my birthday. And yeah, just had a nice little play around with those pencils. I enjoy them very much. They are wonderful in Johanna Basford's books, I will say, at least to me. And that was a fun one to do. So, yeah, another completed page to show, even though technically I did not do that in December. and then a whip that I need to take care of there. So this is Johanna Basford's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. And then we're on to the whips now, basically. So I started coloring in this it was a little Sue-Color coloring book. It came with the Sue-Color gel pen set that I have. And I just pulled this out during the nights when we were watching Christmas movies and, having some family time, and just worked on starting to color this heart. It is actually all colored in. I have started a background with metallic paints. So I know it's hard to see, I'm about to here with the paint background. It's a little challenging because of all the petals to work around, so it's taking me a little longer. I don't know if you can see, maybe a little bit, but I think it's going to be pretty once it's all done. I'd love to have the whole back behind the heart in black. I'm not sure if I will take the time to do that or not, but I think it would look really cool to have a solid black background and then the heart with all the sparkle on top of it. But we'll see. We'll see how much time I want to invest in it. This is like you know, pretty cheapy paper, and I don't know. I think that I'm not sure where they get the images for these books. I kind of feel like they're probably ripped off from other artists, which is a shame. But in any case, I've got it. It came free with the gel pens, and I'm going to color in it. So that's what I worked on in the Sue-Color coloring book. And another whip. Disappointing one. I really wanted to have one of these finished, and I probably will continue to work on this through January because I'd like to see the page completed. And I don't want to wait till next Christmas to see it. So this is in Creative Havens Christmas Color by Number by George Tufexis. And I started working on this page here. It's a cute little fireside scene by the Christmas tree. And these pages look so cool once they're so intricate for color by number, at least to me. But once you get them done, they are just, this is the one I did last year, and I really wanted to see this year's completed because it's just such a wow factor when it's all done. Really cool. But so yeah, I'm excited to see it finished. I'm going to keep working on it for sure so that I can see it done. But that is the one I started in the Christmas Color by Number by George Tufexis. And then last one, I think I showed this as a whip in November, and I did work a little more on it, so I figured I'd show my progress at least. This is the Color by Number Mystery Colors Natural Wonders, and it's by Joe Bartos. And I have a few pages that I finished in here, and I've gotten a bit further with this page. I do believe I showed it in my November video as well, but I made some good progress in it. I had issues with, I completely ran out of, I am using these Primrosia dual tip marker pens, and I've been, just open it up and show. I've been doing the outlines for these with the fine tip and then using the brush tip to fill in. And I completely did away with one of them because that's why this looks so patchy here. It was really running out on me, so unfortunately. And then I have a random new color sort of in the corner here because my marker died and I had to improvise. So yeah, unfortunately there's a little bit of color variation and some patchiness because my marker just didn't hold up on me for this one. And that's the thing with these. These are so pretty and nice to use, but they do not have a lot of ink in them. So unfortunately, that's kind of frustrating. And these pages take a good bit of ink to get through. They're not as bad as an Amazon paper. They're definitely smoother, thicker paper, so they don't suck up your marker as much as an Amazon page does. But it's still, it really takes a lot out of them to do these pages. So I don't know. I may need to find another alternative. I attempted, this corner area was done with my Tau Tree alcohol markers, which do have a nice fine tip here. They are the thin version of them, so that does help. It's not quite as easy to stay in the lines as the Primrosia ones are, so we'll see. I'll keep hunting for a good solution because I know I'm going to just run these Primrosia ones into the ground using them on this book. And anyway, that is the last book that I have to show for December. Like I said, it was a difficult month. We had a death in the family, and then toward the end of the month, my pet bunny passed away, and between all of that and the just normal holiday busyness, it was a hard month. So I am, starting fresh in the new year. I'm hoping to get a lot of fun things done and, just watch this channel continue to grow and watch my coloring journey as it unfolds. And I have good hopes for the new year. So thank you for checking out what I managed to work on in December. I do very much appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a great start to your new year, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.